Achievements of the Gupta Empire. The Gupta Empire existed from the mid to late 3rd century CE to 590 CE. At its zenith, from approximately 319 to 550 CE, it covered much of the Indian subcontinent and is called the Golden Age of India. The following are some of the major achievements from this period. Mathematics. One of the important developments of this time was the decimal system notation. The place value system achieved its final stage during the Golden Age of India. During the Gupta period, there was not a symbol for denoting 0. The mathematician Aryabhata used the powers of 10 with null coefficients to indicate 0. The Guptas used alphabetical letters to represent numbers. Aryabhata's technique was used to calculate the precise diameter of a surface. The mathematical field of trigonometry was another important concept developed during this time. Calculations for the area of a triangle were described. Concepts like sine were also known to the Gupta. New techniques also evolved during this period to solve problems based on Diophantine equations or Aryabhata algorithm, algebra and geometry. Astronomy. The theory of gravity was widely known by the astronomers of the Gupta period. Aryabhata would also continue to add significant achievements during this time. He deduced the theory that the Earth is round in shape and not flat. He also proved that the Earth revolves around its own axis every day. He was also of the opinion that the motion of stars was a result of the motion caused by the rotation of the Earth. This theory contradicts the previously believed notion that it is the sky that rotates and not the stars. He believed that the Earth's orbit is elliptical and not circular and calculated that it takes around 365 days for the Earth to complete one revolution around the Sun. He scientifically explained the reasons for the occurrence of the solar and lunar eclipse. Aryabhata stated that the lunar eclipse occurs when the moon enters into the shadow of the Earth. Medicine. During the Gupta period there was usage of mercury and iron in medicine. The use of these materials indicates the fact that the people belonging to the Gupta era had the knowledge of chemistry and even practiced it. Doctors during that time gained knowledge of operations and knew how to perform one when required. Literature. Literature reached its pinnacle during the Gupta dynasty. The primary themes of literature were poetry and romantic comedies. The literature work of the Gupta period related more to human behavior than to religious ideas. Sanskrit literature was very popular and was financed and supported by many rulers of the Gupta Empire. One such ruler was Chandragupta II. He was known to have had 9 poets in his court, including Kalidasa, who is considered ancient India's greatest poet and playwright. Prakrit literature was also very popular during Gupta rule. One of the most notable illustrations of Prakrit literature was the Pomacarium. It was in the Gupta period that the Vedic Puranas achieved their final form. The Markandeya Purana was also popular during the Gupta era as it was believed that the goddess Durga was worshipped during this period. Education. Education played an important role in the Gupta period. Primary education could be obtained by the people. Formal and higher education could only be achieved by staying in agraharas or monasteries. Unlike in most other parts of the world at the time, women could obtain an education. At this time, there were many educational institutions and universities set up in major cities. The Takshashila University was one of the first centers in the world which offered higher education. The university was established before the Gupta Empire came into existence, somewhere around 700 BCE. Nalanda University was established by Kumaragupta I in the 5th century. The university was an important learning center and was one of the first universities which provided hostels for the students. The standard of education of both of these universities was so high that it attracted students from as far as China and Persia. Administrative system. The Gupta Empire was classified into separate administrative divisions, the Raja, Rashtra, Desha, Mandala, etc. Thus, importance was given to decentralization of power. The administrative division helped the rulers to systematically control their territories. The provinces were divided into numerous districts, or vishayas, and a Visayapati was appointed to oversee it. They were assisted in this work by his Council of Representatives. During the Gupta dynasty period, the charge of managing the welfare of the villages was upon the rural bodies, which comprised of the headmen of the village and the elders. The trading cities were organized by the guild merchants. The empire carried out trade activities with countries like China, Ceylon, several European countries and the East Indian Islands. Judicial system. The Gupta Empire had a separate judicial system. At the lowest level of the judicial system was the village assembly or trade guild. These were the councils appointed to settle the disputes between the parties that appeared before them. The king presided over the highest court of appeal. In discharging his duty, the king was assisted by judges, ministers, priests, etc. The decision or the judgment of the court was based on the legal texts, the social customs prevailing during those times, or upon the decision of the king. It is believed that the punishments awarded to the guilty persons were often mild. Art and architecture. The Gupta period is generally regarded as a classic peak of North Indian art for all the major religious groups. Although painting was evidently widespread, the surviving works are almost all of religious sculpture. The period saw the emergence of the iconic carved stone deities in Hindu art, Buddha figures, and Jain Tirthankara figures. Thank you.